Are live again. I apologize about that. We got interrupted. Hope Benji and the rest of the Second Earth viewers back on board. So as I was explaining in the first video, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Around 8 a.m. Pacific time, 5 a.m. Eastern time, I will be delivering a video. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be like maybe 35 minutes. I'm going to basically tell the entire story of what happened to Second Earth. You'll get to find out the inside details. Uh, Basically, like kind of like an untold story. Like some things are I've never talked about before on Second Earth. And then in addition, you guys are gonna get some revolutionary mathematical approaches and math formulas that, dare I say, could revolutionize or help revolutionize a certain some sectors in mathematics. I mean, everything's context based, but yeah, it definitely it's gonna. There's a lot of hidden implications that are pretty incredible that are coming out of this mathematical approach. One of them, I guess I'll just lay it out there right now. Uh, Free energy, maybe the ability to actually harness energy from the quantum fluctuations. Is that even possible? Mathematically, it seems that it is. So yeah, if you guys have any questions generally about the mathematics, about just anything, go ahead and lay it out. I guess I'll just keep talking until I get questions. But first of all, are you guys able to even... I'm seeing weird guideline issues here. Given the nature of how this channel was throttled, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the comments weren't. Can you guys try to comment right now? I just want to make sure that I can see this, because I'm not getting anything from you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you guys are there. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm actually doing really well, or at least as of late. I don't know if you guys know, but I had a lot of tragedies that happened in my life. Without getting too much detail, it kind of derailed me for a while. But yeah, I'm pretty good right now. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Luis. Yeah. It's so glad to be back. Like I said, tomorrow morning is going to be a big episode. It's probably going to be the biggest episode for Second Earth. And it's about 35 minutes, given all the untold stories of what happened. Kind of catch back why the channel went missing for a few years. And then we're going to just release, do almost like a formula dump of all these amazing formulas. And so if you guys have any questions about anything, I'm kind of setting up this, how do you say it, like a precursor to the video. Yeah, so I guess this would be the time to ask it. You can ask me about anything, about math, about life, about whatever you guys want to know. So just to keep the video going, one of the formulas that we have, I kind of termed it the chaotic simulation formula, because essentially what it's doing is you can take a Lorentz number sequence or any kind of chaotic sequence, and this formula will actually extract order out of chaos effectively. We have, or I have essentially figured out a way to map what is kind of like a chaotic universe, and it's kind of crazy when you map the chaotic universe. You see why the Luciferians and all the Satan worshippers, why they use very specific symbols, because the symbols get literally they get delineated. Am I saying that right? Like kind of like drawn out on the actual by just applying the mathematical formulas. So these are like very important points in a graph that you're basically mapping what is called like an iterative universe. So iterative just means like you take a function, you apply it a certain variable to the function, and then you can take the end and you have to reapply it back to the function. So it's as if the function keeps going like an engine and you're just feeding it over and over. So there's an iterative mathematical approach that can actually be mapped almost perfectly algebraically, which is the approach that we use. So there's actually two different forms of mathematics. We've been doing the algebraic mathematics the whole time, which is more of like a divisory, like you're almost like doing only half of the math. But there's a more basic way of doing mathematics that's more akin to, how do I say this? Like if you're programming and then suddenly your whole universe is C++ programming, suddenly you realize, oh my goodness, there is basics as well. There's another language that's more basic, more coherent, gives more consistent results, and dare I say, it will allow you to understand what's going on inside the black hole. Let's put it that way. Because people don't realize that on the outer reaches of the black hole, there is an event horizon. And the event horizon, the edges of the event horizon doesn't have a size. It doesn't have a differentiation of being able to accept certain or filter certain numbers or not, or certain operations. It just takes it and rips it in half. So what that means is that half of the particle goes inside the black hole, the other one stays outside the black hole. So the gamma rays that we see getting injected out of the black hole is full of information. That information is in the quanta. It's in the actual light particles, and you can read that. Not only can you read that, I figured out the mathematical approach of how to read that. And I think it's going to blow you guys' mind. To kind of fill you guys in before tomorrow's video, essentially. And so for the formids, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm doing much better now. So things are on the rise, so to speak. And another mathematical formula that I will be revealing tomorrow is going to be a formula that allows you to calculate the fine structure constants, not an approximation. It's a hard calculation, and because the fine structure constant has been calculated with like physics and other notations outside of just mathematical notations, this could serve as a form of Rosetta bridge, where you can bridge certain mathematical constants or correlate them to certain physical constants with this formula. So it's a big one. And then tomorrow, I'm also going to be unveiling something that I've been calling the chaotic simulation formula. So if you're not familiar with chaos, people think of chaos as like there's absolutely zero order, right? That's not necessarily true. Chaos does have order. And this mathematical approach, this formula, if you input it in an iterative way, which means you're inputting into the function and reapplying back to the function, you can get very consistent results. It actually works. And so you get like a Lorentz number sequence, which is identity is basically that this thing is chaotic, right? That is what it's known for. But when you plug it into this mathematical iterative formula, kind of like, I guess the best analogy would be like, if driving a car is like doing a math formula, you're essentially leaving the engine on. And then you're feeding it some chaotic fuel into this system. And then what ends up happening is that the graphs that are iterated from this approach are highly ordered. Teaser, because I haven't gotten any questions yet, so I'm just rolling in here. The actual mathematical key to finding this was so crazy because it was kind of like the chaotic simulation formula was, it was kind of like a Pandora's box, right? So that allowed me to open all kinds of other boxes or, find other formulas with this chaotic simulation formula. So what ended up happening is that the actual key to finding this formula was the sign. I fear in saying this, but it was the sine of 666 degrees plus the cosine of 6 times 6 times 6. Now, those have equivalencies. That's 306 and 216 degrees. But nonetheless, yes, if you take those 666 numbers and you create that calculation, that's the negative golden ratio. If you inverse those numbers, that's 0. And what's weird is that it's as if the math formula has been in the most sold book in the entire world, and for some reason nobody has noticed it. It's literally the approach that will open that Pandora's box, because once you're able to integrate that function, you can use Euler's equation, and by integrating the two, you've effectively mapped I, E, pi, and the golden ratio in a single form. And it's a big one. You guys are going to see how powerful some of these iterative approaches are, and how it actually might simplify a lot of mathematics that we think has to be more difficult, but it actually ends up being easier to do with a less intuitive method, but in the end it becomes simpler. Hey, Solo, what's up? Yeah, man, it's really good to be back. I'm super excited, and I'm only giving guys a like a tiny morsel of the big story. There's something big happening here. Okay, there's a reason why these math formulas are coming in the way they are, and it might have to do with checking some powers, or the necessity of checking some powers. So yeah, look, so it's about 12 minutes, 23 seconds. We had some hellos. We only got about 3 viewers. We have not gotten any questions, so I'll do this. I'm gonna cut off the feed for now, because I gotta pick up my car right now. And then if anybody wants to leave a question in the comments, I will check back on the video in an hour and I'll answer you guys' questions. And thank you so much, guys. I know it's been a while. Just the fact that we even had a few viewers was beyond my expectation. I was like, this is gonna be like 0 views. I haven't been on for 2 years. So, but thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, okay? Take care.